friends, this is B. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Fountain Pen Day. Fountain Pen Day takes place every first Friday of November each year, and here in Malaysia it was celebrated early last October 26th because it's a double celebration of Inktober and Fountain Pen Day. What you see in here is a bag of goodies that I received from Pengallery, and I also got a grail pen. Let me share you what's the contents inside. First off is a shirt. I got a size medium, and it says, "Fountain pens are classic, sustainable, personal, creative, historical, unique, elegant, smooth, forever." Then we also have a Pilot Juice Up. This is in 0.4, I presume. Yep, 0.4, and in the color brown. We also got a postcard by Pilot as well, and then a diary which is also from Pilot, and this size is A6. And then inside the notebook, this one is like undated. You can use it anytime. There's also a fountain pen ink that came with this one, but I already gave that away because the color was Diamine Red Dragon. I do own the Ungu Senja, which is a collaboration between Diamine and Pengallery. This is a good alternative for Sailor Ink Studio 123. But for reference, this was how big the bottle that came with the goodie bag. Now we have what I have purchased, and we've got a fountain pen and then an ink. This is a Sailor ink blender by Takahashi. Besides doing a custom ink, this was prior Fountain Pen Day. There were also like 4 shades available. This was one of them. I'll insert a photo of what the other 3 looks like, but the one that I got is called A Moment of Silence, and it's the shade of gray. To show you a swatch of it, it is this one. It is a shade of gray, and then depending on like the light angle, there's like a hint of brown in it. So Sailor Blender by Takahashi, A Moment of Silence. The bottle of the ink is actually what I was targeting for, why I purchased this one. And it's this size. If you are familiar with Sailor Gentle inks, that was like an older line of Sailor that was replaced by Ink Studio. They used to have like that plastic thing. I do have that, and it will fit right into this one. Once I finish the ink, I can just pretty much put whatever ink that I want because the bottle's beautiful. Now for fountain pens. There were 5 options that I can choose that was on my wish list, and I could try them and look at them in store. And when I arrive at Pengallery, the very first pen, I'll insert a photo, that I actually asked for is the Pilot Custom Urushi in blue. It usually comes in red and black. The first time that it came in blue was a Japan exclusive at Maruzen. And then I saw a photo on Instagram, I think it was Inquisitivequill, the difference between those 2 pens. It was subtle, but the newer one looks more of a blurple, meaning certain conditions it looks blue, certain conditions it looks like purple. I think I was the 4th or the 5th person who asked about it, so that's like gone from the list. And then under the same category of like Urushi Ebonite was Taccia. I saw the Hyako Hisho, I think it was Starlight, I don't know the Japanese name. When I saw it in person, it didn't spark joy. And then I saw this, and then I said, okay, let me try to look at the other pens first, and then I can come back to this one and then maybe weigh in what are my options, because second option is available. Third option was a Montegrappa 1930s extra, something like that, the one that's made in celluloid. However, they only have it in red. And then the fourth pen was Leonardo. With Leonardo, they do have the latest celluloids. I think it's like a limited edition thing for both colors. The problem with that pen is the trim is rose gold. I would rather have copper than rose gold. And then the fifth pen, which I actually asked Mr. Lai to try right away because he was standing right there, the Visconti Homo sapiens. It didn't really matter what Homo sapiens it was, but the one on the shelf was Homo sapiens dark ages, and the nib size was broad. And I asked him if there was like a medium or a fine, because Western nibs tend to be like thicker versus Japanese ones. So while I was waiting for the medium one, I could feel that it was different because I've tested a Visconti pen before. But then when Mr. Lai came back for me to try the medium, it was much better compared to the broad in terms of like the writing experience, but it's still not the same with the experience that I had previously. I said I'm gonna think about it, so he just told me just hold on the pen, because the moment I put it down on the tray, somebody else picks it, they decide to buy, that's it. So while I was holding the pen, all of a sudden I was actually shy to ask about this one. And then Nisa told me, you could just ask him. And then I said, no, but I can just get the pen, whatever. I can't remember what I exactly say. Thankfully, she was there because she called Mr. Lai, like, Mr. Lai, B wants to try the Taccia pen. And then I tried it. For the first 5 seconds, I said, this is it. And I couldn't stop scribbling. And without further ado, one of my grail pens. Taccia, Hyako, Hisho, Hakome. Hakome translates in English as twilight. And as you can see, 50 pieces. This is number 40, over 50. And then for the code, THH, meaning Taccia, Hyako, Hisho. I don't know why it is F, but it is 14 karat gold. HM is a short term for Hakome, and then the nib size, which is a medium. It comes in a simple box, a wooden box, and I actually like it like this because whenever I see wooden boxes, they tend to be big. I know it's not going to come with a bottled ink, which is what I prefer, because typically when a pen comes with an ink, it's either black, blue, blue, black, or whatever is the ink of the year or something. I don't need that. It rarely comes with the shades of purple or gray that I would enjoy. And then inside, you have the paperwork. I've already opened this previously because on that same day, me and my friends had a journal sleepover, and obviously I have this pen. And then I got this ink, might as well use that. Because I would typically ink that with Pilot Fuyu Syogun, but since I have the ink, might as well use it and test the pen. I could actually use the cartridge, but I didn't bother to. I would just use this like when I travel. And I actually prefer this setup where it would come with cartridges instead of bottled inks. And then for the pen, and then there's this velvet thingy. And this is like a kimono in green. And then it says the Taccia, and then this is made of wood. And this is Hyako, Hisho, Hakome. So this is a chrome plating, and I think the base material is brass. And then I'm just gonna turn this around. This was pulled off from 17th to 18th century. and came from the design of the scabbard of sword from a samurai soldier. I don't know how that looks like, but to me, it doesn't matter. You wouldn't expect me to actually get this pen. And I remember seeing people's faces when I showed the pen. I could not believe the price that I got this pen for. And I don't think I won't be able to get it at that price. And then the numbering 40/50, and then the signature of the artist. Daisy of Yoseka Stationery interviewed the founder of Taccia. Her name is Shu Lin, and they briefly show this pen, I think for 5 seconds or so. And when I first saw that pen, the way I would describe this would be the green section represents earth. You have the orangey red that would represent, I guess, sunrise. And then here at the end, which is blue, would be nighttime. And then that sparkles that you see, rotted. The inside of the pen looks like this. This section right here is untreated ebonite. I think that is a design decision. And then the green color extends to this part. And then what you see here is a two-tone nib from Sailor. All Taccia pens use Sailor nibs. This one is 14 karat, and I think the bigger ones are 18K, if I'm not mistaken, if not 21. And then for this material, this is ebonite body, and obviously it comes with a converter. For the writing sample, I have here a Perpanep, and let's go with this one. I don't know if the camera, maybe you can try. So I don't know if the camera will pick up the sound. I'm just scribbling things actually. If you are not familiar with Sailor nibs, it's a stiff nib. So if you like the tactile feel of writing, like for example, like for a pencil, which I do, which is also similar to like another brand like Platinum, like the extra fine, ultra extra fine ones, needle point, those ones, that has that same feeling. When I got my first Grail pen, I quickly realized that in the world of stationery and journaling, the most expensive rabbit hole are fountain pens. So I kind of set my boundaries to it, but I'm very, very happy that like I'm gonna do that side by side. So the specs here, just for comparison, looks like that. And this is like the bigger version of it. So yeah. Anyway, I'm already rambling. If you do have any questions regarding this pen or anything at all, do comment down below. Thank you so much again for watching. I'll see you on the next one.